Yep.
The mind controls everything.
Yep.
And right now, and I said it at the time, Skip, we can get through a lot of things if we know we got support. He didn't get the support that he needed in Philly. He needed Doc to back him. He needed Joel Embiid to back him. It would have been nice if the fans backed him, but the fans are going to be fans. I don't have a problem with the fans. But within that locker room, Skip, he needed that support. And when he didn't get it, Skip, I say, Skip, it's over. I can read his body language and how he was and how he is. And he knows, Skip, he feels that he let his team down. And he's going to have to compartmentalize because there's a lot of people that go through things. Skip, you and I, hey, everybody sees you and I debating and everything is hunky-dory. Skip, no, you don't know a lot of times that Shannon Sharpe go home and because he compartmentalized things going through something. Went through a breakup about 16 months ago, Skip. Man, it's wearing on me.
This is news to me.
Yeah, I know it, Skip. It's news to a lot of people. But as I told her, the mind replays what the heart can't delete.
Yep.
And right now, Ben Simmons' mind can't delete. It replays over and over Atlanta. That layup, Skip, not taking the shot, it broke his heart.
It did.
That those guys wouldn't support it.
We one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's got to mean something to you. It got to mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
The mind replays what the heart cannot delete. That is a fucking bar, my guy. Hey, yo, Shannon said that shit on Undisputed. I'm pretty sure you heard it because I played that clip. Hey, I done got to the point where I think I can play the sound bites as long as it's like, you know, small portion and not the video behind it. And I just tell you where to go find the video and shit like that. I hope one day I'm going to be able to, you know, play little snippets and shit like that. I be seeing other channels do it, but I'm not here to talk about other channels. But listen, how dope was the fucking day? Yo, I cooked the steak today, and it did not turn out the way I wanted it to. I'm not really a steak person, to be honest with you. Well, actually, let me change that. I am a steak person, but I'm not a steak person. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like I rap, but I'm not a rapper. But how dope was the day? Yo, but we gotta hurry up and get into this. Yo. Cause I gotta talk about something, man. It's been on my mind. MLB The Show, yo. I really don't know what to say about this fucking game, man. I'm at a loss for words of what to say about this game. Like, I really want to get on here and tell you, like, oh, man, this is a good game. Y'all should go buy this game. Blase. I really can't say that. I liked the game better last year. The first time I played MLB The Show was last year. I liked that game more than I like this game so far. For one, I don't understand why they combine. So if you don't play the game, it's this shit in the game called inning programs. At least it was last year. That shit was basically like a battle pass. I kind of think it's a whack battle pass, though, for the simple reason, after playing through it last year, I didn't really like none of the rewards throughout the path most of the time. Like, to me, none of the rewards was really worth it until you got to, like, the inning bosses. And then it was 3 inning bosses. You could only choose one. Now, you could buy the other ones on the market for some crazy-ass price. But I never even thought those inning bosses was worth it because, like, the pitchers that they would release in those inning bosses would usually have, like, low hits per 9. And in this game, it's a stat on the pitchers called hits per 9. When you usually want your pitcher to have, like, 105 or higher hit per 9. Usually you really want it to be 110 or higher, to be honest with you. And I even see the people who play this game on the regular say that that's too low. But at least for me, I would like it to be at least at 110 hits per 9 towards the end of the game. Now, it felt like the end of this game came pretty early last year because they put an in-game picture on the game early. Like, I want to say like before, like when the All-Star break came around, I think that was like the second version of this thing called Team Affinity that had came out. and they had put like a pitcher on the game named Jacob DeGrom, and and the motherfucker was nasty. I was distracted. But they put a dude on the game named Jacob DeGrom, and he was basically like an in-game pitcher, high hits per nine, outlier on his fastball. Outlier on a fastball basically mean that bitch can pop up to over 100 miles per hour, up to like 102 miles per hour, I believe. And last year was wild because dudes who had outlier could throw consistent 100 miles per hour on their outlier pitch, whether it be a sinker, cutter, or a fastball. And they could do that shit for 9 innings straight. Just throw 100 miles per hour. And I'm like, yo, what pitcher in real life is throwing 100 mile per hour fastballs all 9 innings? For one, you'll be hard pressed to find a pitcher that go 9 innings. But a pitcher that go 9 innings and consistently cranking 100 plus on his fastball, that's a crazy flaw in the game, in my opinion. I understand it's a video game, and video games shouldn't be exactly like real life, even though I do believe sports games should resemble real life more than most games, because you're trying to get a simulation of that experience, like a real life type experience. Now, listen, I'm not saying, now, you got some instances where you can't even do some of the shit that they do in real life on most of these video games. But you dig what I'm saying. You want it to be fun and want it to be a video game, but you also want it to be, you don't want it to be an arcade-based type of game, unless you're one of them people who like those type shits. You don't want it to be arcade-based where animations take over everything. You know what I'm saying? And so, when you talking about these pitchers, bro, like I said, they put DeGrom out in the game early last year, and that was an in-game pitcher. So, in-game, you got to release in-game content to compete with that type of in-game pitcher. So, I think they did kind of rush out too good of content last year. But my thing is, the inning bosses last year, like I said, the pitchers, none of the pitchers in those inning programs last year, to me, were better than Jacob DeGrom. Like, Jacob DeGrom is a card that you could have gotten literally like 3 seconds. Like, dead ass. And not only could you get him in like 3 fucking seconds, you could parallel the motherfucker out like crazy as soon as you get him. Like, that's one of the beauties of the game, that you can parallel cards and shit like that. But you don't have to just rely on playing him online, even though you have psychopaths who would use him even when he has no energy whatsoever. And so when you put a card so when you have a card like that, why in the fuck? And then you got other pitchers that's good if you like get them through like other means, like, but none of the inning programs. Like, I remember Pedro Martinez was in the inning program, and his hits per nine was like the hits per nine for a dude who would have came out like in the beginning of the year. So I'm like, how do a pitcher come out this late in the year with hits per nine lower than a fucking pitcher that came out earlier in the year? Like, how is this card nowhere near an in-game card compared to this card? Now, maybe it's just me because I'm not used to a game putting in-game cards out that early, but I didn't really have a problem with the in-game cards being put out, because I would like to see a game one day put out nothing but 99 cards all season. Like, I want to see a game have a program where it's nothing but 90 overall cards and higher throughout the entirety of the year. However, that's not what this thing was. So when you putting out cards that early, and then you got to put out other cards to compete with them cards, it kind of shakes shit up. You know what I'm saying? It kind of throws shit off. So it throws shit off when you put out cards that can't compete with those type of cards. And so I think this game kind of have a problem with putting out, like, it's things called collections and shit like that in this game, where you have enough cards to collect in all these different sets to get an in-game type of reward. Like, Mariano Rivera was a collection reward. MVP Mookie Betts from the Boston Red Sox was a collection reward. Mind you, the Mariano card was nice. I didn't really use him that much because it was a shit ton of great relievers on the game last year. And Mariano was like a day one type of collection, I believe, or like a week one collection. I don't know what the fuck the collection is this year. I don't even think that. Oh no, it's Joe Mauer. But Mookie Betts. I don't know how good the Joe Mauer card is yet, so I can't really speak on how good that card is. But it feel like a good in-game mid card. Like, a card that it can definitely be used in game, but will probably not be used in game by most people because better catchers will probably come out by the end of the year. That's kind of how it was with Mariano, where it's a phenomenal card. There's no problems with the card. It's just there will probably be better cards come out by the end of the year, or cards that's just comparing. And unless you just love Mariano, then you'll probably end up using other cards. And Mariano is a card that most people use. Just from what I was seeing, I didn't see most people using Mariano by the end of the year. Mookie Betts, I saw everybody using. But mind you, Mookie Betts is one of my favorite players, so I did everything I could to get that reward. Mind you, I kind of liked last year how, because I was new to the game, and I was selling off cards and shit like that, trying to collect stubs and shit, because I didn't realize how this game basically makes sure that everybody eventually will have great teams. Because I do like that about this, because this is basically like a MUT team. But I think this is the best MUT team of any game's MUT team, because you do get a lot of good cards, at least from what I experienced last year, if you're just willing to put in a grind. And you don't even have to grind hard most of the time. Like, it's not even like ridiculous grinds, you know what I'm saying? Like, some parts of the game, yeah, it will take a grind, but a lot of the way to get to a lot of the good cards, you don't even have to put in a stupid crazy ass grind like you do on Madden or some of these other games. Mind you, most of the great cards on Madden you gotta buy, or it's just not really obtainable because they're releasing them in packs and shit like that. You could get some of the best cards on the game for free on this game, and that's dope. But back to the inning program, because I done got so far away from it. They got a thing called the inning program, right? And they had a thing called Team Affinity, Team Affinity, which was basically two different programs, but you could get a lot more shit in the Team Affinity programs, basically, than you would get in the inning program, because the inning program was like a fucking like I said, like a battle pass. But I didn't like it because I think that was, aside from those bosses not being up to par in my opinion, and it wasn't that all the bosses, for one, I think they released like Albert Pujols way too late in the fucking year. Like, why would you release a card that people love? Like, everybody would want to be using Albert Pujols, and that was a great card, but you release it so late in the year when most people done playing this game, where they done moved on to other games and shit like that. Like, I really don't understand that. Plus, if the creators of this game don't realize that this is a game that could mentally wear on people eventually over time, where people would need to take breaks, or as soon as they could get to the point before like 3 months or 4 months before the game's end of the life cycle, where they just like, yeah, I done maxed out, I'm done with this game. Because I did the shit. I stopped playing last year like 3 or 4 months before the game actually was done and the new one came out. Because I was burnt out. I was like, yo, this game, like, I done all I could do on this game. Like, I done all I want to do on this game. And I like that this year. I hope they do more with that little mini season shit they got this year, even though I really don't like playing against the computer. I'm more of an online type of motherfucker, but I do understand the offline grind that you got to go through. Conquests and mini seasons is great offline grinds to have, rather than just having to hop into a pointless exhibition game against the computer. I prefer those type of things. I like that type shit, spicing the game up like that and shit like that. That's cool. But that back to that inning program bullshit, and we get into the playoffs in a minute, but come on, just rock with me. That inning program, to me, it's like a battle pass, but my problem with it is I don't want shit in that inning program except for the inning boss. And most of the time last year, I didn't even want none of those inning bosses. I ended up selling I think I sold every single inning boss I got last year except for Matt Kemp. And I was going to sell Matt Kemp at one point in time, but because I like Matt Kemp and I grew up watching him, I was like, not going to sell him. Never used him. Never used him. Like, so I really wasn't vibing with those. Now, something that happened last year on the game that irritated me was I wasn't really into that Battle Royal program early in the year. I did start playing it at the end of the year once I got better at the game. But when I was playing it early in the year, a lot of the players that I wanted was through the Battle Royal program, Bryce Harper, which I ended up having to just buy him. Now, I don't know how cards on this game work, how they release different cards. If I don't see an MVP Bryce Harper card from the Phillies this year, I'm going to be very irritated. Also, where the fuck is a Freddie Freeman MVP card on this game? Like, I'm confused on, like, to me, it's so many cards that they could release for different players, and they just didn't. And they released cards for and I understand you got to give the older dudes they respect and shit but I don't think you should be releasing packs of just straight up old. They had a Team Affinity 3 season, I think it was the 3rd season, where they released a lot of throwback players, and the best player in that Team Affinity season was Mickey Mantle. And he was only the best, not just because of his hitting stats, but really it was the switch hitting that made him a beast, in my opinion. His defense, speed, hitting was all great, but you could find other dudes who was just as great. It was the switch hitting that made him a fucking demon. But because in all honesty, I'm gonna be honest with you, as great as he was, even as a switch hitter, I dead ass think Mookie Betts, that collection Mookie Betts, was still probably the best hitter on the game. At least that was the hitter I had the most success with, aside from Bryce Harper, because I was fortunate, because Bryce and Mookie, my 2 favorite players, and I ended up getting that MVP Bryce before I got the Mookie collection card, and I also had the live series Bryce Harper card for a long ass time. The shit that's crazy about that Mookie thing is, I had got the Mookie Betts live series card last year, and that shit was hard to get because it was so expensive at the beginning of the year until they started killing his fucking... bro, at the beginning of the year, I had JT Realmuto's live series cards. I had a lot of live series cards for my favorite players, right? And they was all good for me. They wasn't had no, crazy stats and shit like that. And I really didn't look at the stats when I first started playing this game. I was oblivious to it, because I really am one of those dickheads who just hop straight on the game and go right into online. I hate that I gotta play through a tutorial. I don't like having to sit through tutorials or shit like that. Just let me hop in and sink or swim, bro. I do not want to be baby step through I don't want you to hold my hand through the process of learning. No, if I want to hop in and get murked on or murk on somebody, bro. It's no 2 ways around it. I have no interest in being walked through a tutorial or having to go through tutorials and shit like that. I have no interest in that. I'm trying to hop right in. I don't care if I don't know a single fucking control. And I'm not going to pull up the control guide throughout the game. I'm going to just keep pushing buttons till I figure out how to do this shit. Listen, I'm a different breed, bro. I'm a different breed. I ain't got time for no instruction manual, bro. I got to figure this shit out and get it moving. Straight up. So, back to this other thing, though. So, I said all that about the Team Affinity in the inning program, basically. No, man, I got to keep going on this inning program. Man, I'm going to just keep breaking this game down, my thoughts on this game from video to video. It's not just going to be one whole breakdown, because I done talked too long about this shit anyways. But my thing with that program is, like I said, I didn't usually want shit in the inning program. And it's even worse when you don't want one of the bosses. But my other problem is, why do they fill this fucking program up with so much nonsense, bro? They put card packs in this shit where you could get choice packs for different cards, bosses, not bosses, but henchmen and shit. None of them are ever useful, bro. None of those henchman cards or the other gold cards and shit. Why are those cards still being put out at the end of the year? Why are you releasing cards that you know nobody is going to use unless it's a team build from a YouTuber? I don't understand that. That don't make no fucking sense to me. Because Madden don't do that. I don't like Madden's MUT team or Madden period. But they are not putting out 89 overall cards at the end of the year where everybody is walking around with 99 overall teams with every player on their team. Even the backups is 99. But this game do that for some reason. At least last year they kept doing that shit. Where they was putting out cards that nobody was going to use. Not just because it was players nobody wanted. Or not even because it was players who they just had players that they liked that was a little bit better. It was because there was cards that was unusable. They releasing pitchers that's got hits per nines less than 100. When everybody walking around with dudes on their team that's got well over 110 contact against both sides. You will be lucky to play against somebody towards the end of this game's life cycle or towards the end of the year if you playing against somebody who got anybody in their lineup that ain't popping 100 on both sides, left and right, for contact. And you really lucky if you got somebody who you play against who ain't got people all throughout the lineup who hitting over 100 plus on power for both sides, most likely. So to be releasing cards that couldn't be on somebody's bench, that's a problem. You know, I hate it when motherfuckers be like, man, we working hard, bro, and y'all don't appreciate our work. I'm not saying that's what this company do. I'm just saying this is what companies do a lot, where they complain about working hard and complain about people not like. Bro, nobody asking for these trash-ass cars that y'all releasing, bro. It's towards the end of the year. And that's just one of my problems with the inning program. Because I'm like, this is one of the worst battle pass type things I've ever seen. The worst battle pass I've ever seen in my lifetime was the first season of Apex. Like, Apex's first battle pass was the worst battle pass I've ever seen in a video game. And it's not even close in my mind. The inning programs last year, each and every single fucking one of them, to me, was trash. Every single fucking one of them. To me, bruh, example, Fortnite's battle pass. Bro, it's multiple things throughout that battle pass that you want. Shit, Fortnite even got rewards that you want before you get to level 100. Sometimes level 100 ain't even the coldest reward in the reward path no more on the in the battle pass. Plus, Fortnite just got a plethora of things throughout their battle pass that motherfuckers could want. Dope ass emotes, dope ass characters and different, like, to me, this inning program that they had last year was garbage, because I didn't want most of the shit in the inning program. They had a couple nice bats that I probably was not even gonna remember I had in my locker room or binder at a certain point in time. And then I really think it should be some type of separation between the bullshit that I'm getting in these show packs for, like, my player. If I never play my player, I'm irritated every time I pop something out of a pack that's for my player. Because I'm never going to play my player. Like, my career, whatever you want to call it in MLB, Road to the Show is basically what it's called. I'm never going to play that. I don't care about the XP glitches. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm never going to sit down and be playing that shit. I do not have the mental capacity to sit down and play against the computer all day. I just don't. I don't possess it. And so, it was a time when I did. I do not have that type of mental capacity now, especially for something like that. So, I'm looking at these inning programs from last year, and I'm like, yo, these shits are trash. But at least I could choose if I wanted to grind that out. I wanted to go grind out Team Affinity with all the multiple divisions and rewards I could get in that. Maybe I wanted to go deal with the Player of the Month programs. Maybe I got to get caught up on that. It was just so many things to do. This year they combined everything, bro. They combined Team Affinity with the inning programs. Why would you combine both of them, bro, when the inning program was already trash last year? And just because people like Team Affinity last year, why did that mean? Why people liking Team Affinity, they heard that, and in their mind, they said, well, you know what? Let's combine Team Affinity and the inning program and make it into one. Bro, that reduced the content. It reduces the amount of players that you can get compared to what you could get last year. Not to mention, you only could get 10 bosses out of the first 20 or 30 that you could get last year, when last year you could have got all 30 in the Team Affinity. This year, you can only get 10 out of those 30, but you could really only get 5 because you had to choose. Because you had to get a choice pack in 5, and then you got a random pack in the other 5. Now, whose fucking idea was that? And I think that they did that to diversify teams. But that don't matter. If somebody really wants somebody, they're going to spend the stubs on them. It just is what it is. And for the people who can't afford to spend the stubs on them, that's only going to piss these motherfuckers off that they never had the choice to pick that dude. Especially when you get a pack like that, a pack that's got Kyle Seager, Mike Trout, and all those dudes. That's a good pack. Now, I'm going to be honest. Every single one of those random drawing packs that I got, they gave me one of the 2 players that I was going to pick anyways. Dead ass. I went 5 for 5 in them packs. And then I got to choose the other player I wanted. If I had a complaint, like I tried to force myself to have a complaint about it, because I really couldn't, because they dead ass gave me the 5 dudes that I wanted out of the first 5 packs. If it was one complaint that I would have had, which I don't, but if it was one that I forced myself to have, I guess it would be, because I didn't want Byron Buxton at first. Because they did give me Byron Buxton. But I was like, I don't mind if I get Byron Buxton. Because he was one of the players that I actually would have wanted. I just probably, after I was looking at his stats, I was like, it's better. But they ended up giving me him, and I actually was good with him. So I was like, you know what? I ain't even hating on this. But, so I really can't complain about it. But it is a bitch-ass move to not even give people a choice in 5 of the 10 packs, bro. And then on the next program that's coming on Friday is 5 bosses. You can only pick 2. I do not like this killing of the content. Plus, everything done been turned into basically like XP for the same. Everything earn you the same amount of X. Not the same amount, but it's like last year Team Affinity, you was earning Team Affinity points for that. And for the inning program, you was earning XP for that. Well, now it's all XP for everything. I don't like that either. Because it don't even... Bruh, that concludes our segment of MLB The Show. The Warriors... I'm not going to do it. I was finna channel my inner flight, but I chose not to. But yo, the Warriors. Hey, shout out to Yoke, man. I see people trashing Yoke and going in on Yoke, man. But listen. I like Yoke. And I understand he a finesse type of player, but most dudes who, the overseas dudes is very... I don't call it finesse. I really call it more of a skilled type of player. But nah, it is. Finesse is nothing wrong with that. It's still more of a finesse style. Like Powell. You know what I'm saying? But he can bang when he needs to. Really, I think what's stopping Yoke is he need to get in a better shape. I'm not saying he not in shape right now, and I'm not saying he need to go get cut up, be abbed up and all that. But I am saying if he was in better shape, like if he could go get, I'm not saying abbed up, and, chest muscle popped out and all that, but if he could go get in better shape, I believe he could be even better. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him, because you don't have Michael Porter, you don't have... What's my man's name? Damn, how I forget Buddy's name. Jamal Murray. You don't have Jamal Murray. You don't have Michael Porter Jr. That's a tough series against Golden State. That is a tough series. So shout out to Yoke. I seen people, trashing him and going at him and say, oh, Yoke don't deserve to be an MVP and all that. Listen, I don't think Yoke was the MVP of this season anyways. I would have gave it to Giannis, but you can't take my word because I did not watch all 82 games. I barely watched any of the 82 games. So you can't take my word for it. But it is crazy the people out there hating on the man. I don't really know what people was don't know what people was expecting, because like I said, man don't have Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. Going up against this Warriors team, the man stole a game. And granted, it was at their home court, and they could have easily lost it, but they still won a game. So shout out to Yoke. But the Warriors, I'm not going to say we back, but it feels good after 3 years of not being in the playoffs to win a playoff series again. It feels good. Jordan Poole kind of quieted down in the last 2 games of the series, but that's all right. He was just getting, getting warm. He was taking a little break for the next series. The next series we either playing Memphis or either we playing Minnesota. Either way, it's going to be a good... Well, I don't know if it'll be a good series if it's against Minnesota. If it's against Memphis, it'll be a good series. And I want it to be against Memphis. If you really think about it, the Timberwolves should have won this series by now. It really should be Golden State taking on the Timberwolves right now. Timberwolves could have won 4 games already if they learn how to close games. But you see, the Timberwolves like to do this stupid shit where when they get a big lead on a team, at least in this series, they take a big lead on the Grizzlies, then they start taunting players, start talking shit, start getting real cocky. And then in the midst of all that, you got D'Angelo Russell running up and down the court taking dumbass shots. You got you got Karl Anthony Towns running motherfuckers over left and right. You got Pat Bev taunting every fucking body over. Just any bucket he get, he gonna taunt. It's really... I understand Pat Bev's energy and whatnot, but I do think sometimes Pat Bev is just straight up fucking out of control annoying. Like, it's one thing to be annoying throughout the midst of the game, but sometimes he is just out of control with his annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you need to have a pest and all that type of thing, but bruh, you celebrate after every single fucking shot, bruh, as if you don't make shots on a regular basis, bro. And I'm not even mad at the motherfucker for basically creating drama with everybody he play against and trying to get in their head. That's not a thing. I'm just like, damn, bruh. You taunting after every shot, bruh? You know what I'm saying? But listen, after he pulled that little taunt bullshit off where he tried to tell Ja he was too little, Ja proceeded to go and get 13 points. So, hey, you talk shit at your own peril. All I know is Memphis, for some fucking reason, when they take these big leads, they just love to give them right back up. And I really don't understand why why the Minnesota decide to talk so much shit and act so disrespectful. Now, I don't even want to call it disrespectful. That's what Ja called it, disrespect loud. We just louder or something like that in his tweet. But, like, bro, Minnesota truly is acting like never been there. You know how they be like, act like you done been there? Well, Minnesota is acting like they have never been here before, bro. And it's wild. And this is my thing about Pat Bev, man. Like, I like Pat Bev. I done come around to that conclusion. But Pat Bev, bro, that's not what you want Ant to be learning. Oh, in the clutch, and the game on the line, and it's big moments, but let's taunt every single fucking play. Bro, you supposed to be a leader, bro. Like, I'm at the point where I'm starting to think motherfuckers just call Pat Bev a leader just because, bro. Just because he allowed his mouth on the fucking team. Because why would the leader be doing this shit every fucking play? Like, and you would think that he would learn after his team done blown so many leads against this fucking Grizzlies team. But no, they just keep it going. And like I said, I don't have no problem with the taunting. It's just Pat Bev doing it damn near every fucking play. And I'm like, okay, bruh. Like, just play ball, baby. But Memphis, my concern about Memphis is I think Memphis is going to win this series. My concern is how will they look against Golden State. Now, I think Memphis got a lot of fight, and they are going to have a good series against Golden State. But I'm not ignorant to the fact that they are extending a lot of energy in this series alone. Not to mention, I think the series is going to go 7 because I think Minnesota going to win later on tonight. I think Minnesota going to win this game and then end up taking it to 7 where Memphis will end up winning it all in 7. But going 7 games, and then you'll probably have to turn around a day after you win that series. You'll get 1 day off and then turn around and have to play Golden State. Like, you extending a lot of energy, and you're going to be drained playing through. And the blessing right now is that all these games ain't ending in overtimes, because all these games could definitely headed to overtime with how these things been ending at the end of games. And for some reason, the Memphis Grizzlies cannot, for the life of them, not go down big in these fucking games. Like, it's like they need to go down big to get woken up or to get juiced up or something. But they go down big in these games against Minnesota. And Minnesota is a team that you can go down big against because they haven't been there and done that. And they is young and they don't know what they don't know, as some of these analysts been saying. I just think is they very ignorant right now. They play very ignorant. Like, if you see some of these fucking shots that D'Angelo was taking last night in the clutch, bro, or down the stretch, I'm like, yo, why is your coach allowing you to do this right now? Granted, this is a head coach who, when this team was blowing a 26-point lead, refused to call a timeout. Why is D'Angelo taking these type of shots with Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns on the floor? Why is Karl Anthony Towns allowing this to happen as the leader of this team? Supposed to be the leader of this team. It'll eventually become Ant. But Karl Anthony Towns right now is the most talented player on this Minnesota team. And if he could just fucking decide to be great 24/7, Cat could probably give you 30-plus points, 10-plus boards, and probably, 4 assists a game if he wanted to. But it's just he got to make up this decision to be great at all times, bro. He got to let this talking and shit go. Bro, Cat, you done been to the playoffs, what, twice now? Like, bro, you're not a champion, bro. You're not one of those dudes, bro. Stop taunting so much, bro, and just get a dub, my guy. Like, and then what I don't understand is that fake-ass interview that he got where he was sounding like LeBron and Kobe mixed into one person and then sounded like a couple other dudes. And then you talk like that, but then you come out here and be taunting the next game. Like, before the game is even over. Like, and it's weird to me that Minnesota act like this when y'all keep blowing these leads and losing games, bro. Like, bro, it'd be different if y'all was blowing leads and was still, like, y'all did blow a lead the other night and still found a way to win. But every loss y'all have in this series was basically off of blowing leads. Like, 2 of the L's in this series y'all done took is off of blowing leads in this series. If y'all would just take care of business down the stretch, Minnesota would be up. They would have won the series already. And that's why I said in one of my previous shows, like, listen, I picked Memphis to win this series. But if the big 3 for the fucking Minnesota Timberwolves can just put it all together and decide we are going to play like people expect us to play, they could win this series. Because their 3 are better than Memphis's 3. The difference is Memphis has a better team and a better leader. Ja Morant is a phenomenal leader. And I was looking at Undisputed and these other shows today where they was talking about Trae Young and the fact that he got knocked out in the first round and is he overrated and all this type of shit. If the media stopped trying to turn everybody into a superstar off of just making a couple shots, then you wouldn't have this problem. Now, listen, Ice Trae is my guy. I love Ice Trae. But Ice Trae is not overrated. Ice Trae is very much a star. He is a perennial all-star at this point. I think he done been to the all-star game 2 years in a row. He's going to be a perennial all-star in the East. That's why I said that. I didn't say it as if he already done been multiple times like throughout his career, even though I think he have been twice, which would be considered multiple. But when I say perennial, you know, that usually mean like 5, 6, 7, 8. But he's going to be a perennial all-star in the Eastern Conference. But he done taken Atlanta to the conference finals in the East. He done took them to the playoffs 2 times in his career. He led the league in scoring 1 year, I believe. He led the league in assists one. Nah, he didn't lead him in assists, I don't believe. He done put up great numbers, though. I understand people keep bitching about his shooting percentage and all this shit. Oh, he going cold. No. I think Trae Young's only problem is he take a lot of bad shots. And I don't like it when NBA players try to make a living off of bad shots. It's one thing when Steph Curry making a living off of taking these shots, because that's Steph fucking Curry. He got 3 championship rings, 2 MVPs, a unanimous MVP, and a stupid amount of accolades, and is considered the greatest shooter of all time. And is a top 2 point guard all time. In my mind, he's number 1. I would take him over Magic Johnson. But, hey, I understand people who say they would take Magic Johnson over him. Anybody else saying they would take anybody else over Magic or Steph Curry to me are just fucking bozos. You can give people respect without being stupid, bro. There's no way I'm taking any other point guard in the history of the NBA over Magic Johnson or Steph Curry. It's them 2 or nobody else. There's no other point. I do not want Isaiah Thomas. I don't want Steve Nash. I don't want AI, who was really a 2 guard. I don't want no other point guard, John Stockton, Jerry West. Name any point guard you want to, and I'm taking Curry and Magic over both of them. I mean, over any of them. It's to me, it's not even close. Like, I saw this, bro. You remember when I used to talk about how I don't like that Mad Dog is on First Take? Because I think these shows need to stop bringing in old white dudes giving us their archaic ass knowledge of the sport. Like, I'm almost there with Skip Bayless, bro. Dead ass. I'm almost at the point where I was getting used to just, you know, Skip Bayless is what he is. But now, I mean, it's kind of really just irritating at this point. But Mad Dog Russo, I did not give him the time of day after I heard the first couple, you know, takes he had on a couple shows. I was like, yeah, this is not a dude who I'm going to enjoy listening to. And it's basically been confirmed. But this dude said Bob Cousy is the good. Like, bro, this is a huge reason I really don't talk to older dudes or older people about sports. Because I understand Bob Cousy is probably who you grew up watching. But if you this old and you done lived to this point in time and you say you watch the NBA all the time, for one, if you're saying Bob Cousy is greater than Magic Johnson, a dude who I'm pretty sure you got to watch in his prime, you're on crack. But on top of that, to say that Bob Cousy is the GOAT when you done seen a Steph Curry, Steve Nash, all these other type of point guards, Kyrie, just name any of them, Dame Lillard, you done seen John Stockton, you done seen all these other point guards, Oscar Robertson, but Bob Cousy is the greatest point guard of all time? What? This is what I'm saying, bro. They gotta stop hiring these old ass white dudes on these shows, man. This shit is ridiculous, and it's ridiculous and it's out of hand, bro. Dead ass. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and turn on my TV to see this old fucker tell me that Bob Cousy is the greatest point guard of all time. Like, come on, bro. I really think it's disrespectful to an extent when these older folks try to say that these old dudes who played on black and white TV, or dudes who, like JJ Redick said, was playing against fucking plumbers, is the greatest of all time, bro. Like, that's fucking nuts. Now, to a lot of people's credit, older fans, they are usually telling you that it's Jordan that's the GOAT. Like, I've never heard nobody in my lifetime say that Bob Cousy was the greatest player of all time, a point guard of all time in their mind. So, matter of fact, because I switched the subject, I switched the thing. If most older folks, if I ask them who the greatest point guard of all time is, they're going to say Magic Johnson. Not a single one of them are going to say Bob Cousy, except for old white man Russo. And this is exactly why I don't understand why he is. Like, I guess he bring ratings, bro. But boy, you must got a real old crowd that's watching that, because I cannot imagine people my age is watching this old fucker. I can't imagine most people my age even know who the fuck he is. The only reason I know who he is because of the Pat McAfee show, and I didn't even know what he looked like. Because I never, not one time when he in the show to tell them that they going to tell the radio listeners that the Mad Dog Russo on this, I've never one time, even all the times they've talked about him, not one time did I say to myself, I wonder what Mad Dog Russo looked like, or what his show is like. Not one time have I've ever done that. Not one time. But that's just me. I'm pretty sure there's older folks out there who think he is the greatest. But back to the fucking Timberwolves and the Grizzlies. Karl Anthony Towns, in my opinion, is the best player in this series. If he put his head down and decided, I want to be great. Because his fucking talent is undeniable. The motherfucker got a post game. He can shoot. He can shoot threes. He did this dumbass shit last night where instead of just passing the ball up, he tried to take a Dirk Nowitzki type of shot, which was clearly not in his arsenal. And I'm just like, see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. This is not some bullshit you would have done when you trying to get the lead. But this is some bullshit that you willing to do when you up by a big lead, because you think that this shit is cool. And I done said it before, bro. You never accept in victory what you would not accept in defeat. And because the game wasn't even over for that quote to even have been that relevant. Because these motherfuckers took it a step further and was like, shit, the game ain't even over, but we gonna already accept this shit because we think we done won. Even though we done blown games in this series. Every time we done had a lead, we done blown the lead, but we done actually blown games when we done had the big lead. But if you look at Cat and all the shit that he can do, it's like this motherfucker could be the best. He could be the fucking man. He could be carrying this series, bro. I expect Cat to be averaging 30 plus in this series with ease. Jaren Jackson can't hold him. There's nobody on Memphis that can guard him. Like, Cat should be dominating every game. It's really worrisome when you see how many points he's scoring losses before this L they took last night where he had 30. It was like 11 points he was averaging in losses. And speaking of that, I was thinking about a joke that I heard earlier today that was fucking hilarious. where it was brought up that Jalen Rose said that James Harden's shot attempts and stat line looked like a concert ticket, like concert dates. That is fucking hilarious. Like one game he go 4 for 11. Next game he might go 6 for 15. The next game he might go 2 for 8. Like his concert dates all over the place. That's it. Yo, that motherfucker Jalen Rose got bars. He be dropping bars, bro. Dead ass. I like Jalen Rose, yo. Dead. And I said this before. Jalen Rose, I really listen to what he say because every year for like a couple years now, this motherfucker be dead on with most of his predictions. And he was dead on one year, and I hated it too because I did not want to agree with him. And man, he was proven right every single step of the way. Jalen Rose a knowledgeable motherfucker, bro. I fuck with Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose don't get enough respect, bro. Or enough credit on how great he is. Or not, I don't know if that's the right word, really, because it's not like people out there disrespecting him or nothing like that. Well, I'm pretty sure there is people out there who disrespect him because such is life. But, you know, I think he deserves a little bit more recognition on how great he is at his job. Jalen Rose is a cool dude. I know everybody talk about how smooth his hairline and his lineup always is, his shape up is, and his barber. But Jalen Rose a cool motherfucker, man. It's a cool dude. But this Memphis Grizzlies series, I think it's going 7. I want Memphis to win it, though, because I really don't believe that even though I do think Minnesota, if they played at their peak with their 3 dudes, they could win this series. I don't think that would translate against Golden State, even though you would think Cat would be able to dominate Golden State because they don't really have a big man aside from Kevon Looney. But I done seen Draymond shut down Anthony Davis, so I could imagine Draymond getting in the Cat and shutting him down also. So I wouldn't be shocked by that. I really want to see Memphis win, though, because I think Memphis's mentality is just, we don't roll over for nobody. The game is not over till it's 0-0 on that fourth quarter clock. Like, I just fuck with Memphis heavy, bro. I love Ja Morant as the leader of that team because he got a fucking mentality on him, man. When you got a mentality, and I already said it, this team kind of feel like a young Warriors team. The only difference is I don't think they shoot as great as obviously it's hard to shoot as great as a Klay Thompson and a Steph Curry, and that's clearly the biggest difference on these two. But Baines can shoot, and I think Baines is a great number 2. Now, I don't think he Klay Thompson levels are great yet, but he is a great number 2 for right now. Ja Morant, he got so much growth he can get. But look at how great he is right now. Like, I really do want him to develop a reliable pull-up jump shot from that mid-range area like Russ used to have before that shit just disappeared on him. Like, if he had that, because like I said, he don't have to become a knockdown three-point shooter. You would like it for him to become a consistent three-point shooter. But right now, while he relies so heavily on his athleticism and shit, what I really want is for him to put on a little bit more muscle and just develop a mid-range jumper or a mid-range floater or something. So you don't have to get inside the lane and take so much punishment all the time and land on the floor and get thrown around and bumped and shit like that. Because I want Ja to play for a long time, and I don't want him to lose his swagger just because he might lose his athleticism due to injuries and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I want him to be able to develop a game young to where he don't have to rely on his athleticism. That's just a plus. Because Memphis is going places, bro. I keep seeing people talk about it like Memphis done great drafting with the Clark and, Baines and Ja. Imagine, and what's funny is Memphis does not take Ja if they got the first pick. Nobody convincing me that Memphis would have took Ja if they had the first pick. They would have took Zion Williamson just like the Pelicans did. So I'm not faulting the Pelicans for taking Zion Williamson. Because if the fucking Grizzlies had the number 1 pick, they would have took Zion Williamson, and then the Pelicans would have took Ja. Now, granted, knowing the Pelicans, there's a good chance that they wouldn't have took Ja. So, just knowing the Pelicans. But I'm not going to, be like, oh, the Pelicans stupid for taking Zion Williamson first. Because if you switch the orders, the Grizzlies would have took Zion Williamson first also. So that was just a blessing in disguise for the for the Grizzlies that Ja fell to him and that they couldn't take Zion because Ja Morant is that guy. I saw somebody today say that he was Memphis's first son. I can't think of all the other Memphis athletes that Memphis love a lot, but hey, I know they got Derrick Henry out there, but listen, Ja Morant is that guy. Like, his whole mentality, bro, he's not even shooting the ball really that great in this series. Don't care. It does not phase this dude at all. And I'm telling you right now, he basically got his own little signature layup now. Like, 2K might as well go ahead and drop that Ja Morant layup package. Now, I haven't played 2K in about 3 years, so I do not know if they have a Ja Morant layup package on the game already. But that layup that he do, where he can tort himself a little bit and get the little layup, I mean, that's basically a Ja special at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all right now, it don't matter how many reverses and switch hand layups I ever see in my lifetime, none of them is going to be as cold as the Jordan one. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. None of them shits will ever be as cold as the Jordan one. Straight up. I'm just telling you. But I'm hoping Memphis win this series, but I do think this is going to be a good series. I really do think it's going to come to 7, because I think Memphis is going to lose tonight. I really would like Memphis to win tonight so they could just go ahead and get this over with. Because I do think like I said earlier, the longer this series go and the more rest Golden State can get in there, and trust me, you don't want to get gassed out or tired out trying to play against Golden State with all the screens and cuts and shit that they do. All the chasing you got to do when you playing against them motherfuckers. You want to have as much energy and legs as possible when you go into that series. But I'm very intrigued by the rest of this. This is the best series in the playoffs to me so far. Like, I've been locked in on this series. I did not imagine that this was the series that I was going to be so locked in. And I was locked in on this series before it actually became a good series. Like, I legitimately, for some reason, started watching this series from game 1 to the game we at tonight. Like, it's pretty wild. Because, like I said, I did not expect that I would be sitting down watching these two teams play. But it was just something. The basketball gods gave me a little itch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched that whole Celtics series. I probably don't even watch a series that's where a team go up 3-1 unless it was because I wanted to see if KD was really about to get swept. But yeah, that shit really happened. That shit really happened. But now what's interesting is Kyrie gonna get re-signed in the offseason, or is Memphis, is the Brooklyn Nets gonna move on? I don't think they can move on. I think they stuck with him. So I think they're gonna end up having to give him a max contract and just pray to God that this motherfucker can find some type of commitment to come to work every day and play every day. Because he got no excuses now. The vaccination mandate done been lifted, which I knew this shit was gonna happen when the Yankees started playing, because they is not finna force Yankee players to not be able to play at Yankees Park, bro, or whatever the fuck the stadium is called. It just wasn't gonna happen. The Yankees run New York, bro. So I've been told. But the NBA playoffs, man, heating up. Listen, Trae Young, Ice Trae, my guy did get swept, but not swept. He did lose in 4 games, but for the people who saying he overrated and all that goofy shit, like I said earlier, Trae Young's not overrated with all the shit he done already accomplished. I just think Trae Young is a great player. He take bad shots at times. Who don't? My thing is he can't make a living off of those bad shots. But I don't even think he would have to do that if he had another legitimate number 2 player. As good as some of those dudes on Atlanta are, and I do think it's a lot of great role players on that team and a lot of great players, like other good players around Trae. But when you got a point guard as small as Trae, and he is your star player, I do believe you should go out and find another superstar wing player. Another star wing player to go along with Trae to take some of that pressure off of him. Because unless Trae magically grow a couple inches and then go in the gym and put on some more muscle, it's going to be hard for him trying to get being defended the way he get defended on a yearly basis. Because his body will start to break down from that type shit and all the hits that he take. And he will start to fatigue out and be tired a little bit more. So I do think that, man, I don't think Trae is overrated or nothing like that. I just think people speaking in a lens from which Trae Young is easily and by far the best player on his team and the biggest weapon. And I understand he shot the ball poorly throughout this series, but that's just what happened when, listen, it don't diminish his star potential, in my opinion, no less. It just showed, like, yeah, he needs some help now. You got to go out and get. But I've liked Trae Young to shoot the ball better, yeah, but it's still a young dude, bro. Like, him shooting the ball, I don't know how one bad moment of your career just erase all the good. Like, Trae Young still balled the fuck out last year. And yeah, he didn't shoot the ball great last year at times. Don't matter as long as you get the wins. Now, they didn't win, so that's why people are acting like it's such a huge problem. But I think this is an issue that could be mitigated if they go out and get another legitimate guy who could take the pressure off of Trae Young. And I'm not saying when you say take the pressure off, I'm not saying there should be no pressure on Trae Young to perform and to be great. But if it's another dude he know could go in there and give him 25 points on a nightly basis, come on now. I think they should try to make up. Nah, he ain't leaving L.A. I was finna say Paul George, but he ain't going nowhere. But that's what they basically need, is a wing dude who can defend and go get you 25. Like Jason Tatum just went and did. Jaylen Brown be going out and do. That's got to be the task for Atlanta. Because I'm not blaming this. I don't understand why everybody is blaming this on Trae Young anyways. I understand these Knicks fans who Trae Young got in a chokehold was going to put their input in because, you know, that's just what it is. He owned New York and they hate that. So they was always going to rebel and talk they shit. But Trae Young's a great player, bro. I don't know where all this he overrated. And if he overrated, it's because y'all was out there calling the man a superstar. So I just think Atlanta got to go out and find another dude to put alongside Trae Young, because now you can't have Trae Young. Bro, the NBA in the East, the West, these teams is just too good to only have Trae Young as the one option or the one elite talent on the team. It don't work like that no more. Especially when, like I said, you got a dude in Trae Young who's so small. Now, cutting from this real fast, I will say this. There will not be a show tomorrow, and it's a possibility it might not be a show the next day based off of how tired I am. Because I am going to watch the Pat McAfee draft special tomorrow. So I already know I'm not going to be on the thing tomorrow. But another thing is, I'm probably not even going to do a draft video, because I said it earlier this year. I do watch the draft, but I don't know most of the motherfuckers in the draft most of the time. Like, I'm looking at the draft for position, to see the positions we draft and shit like that. And I do want to see the big names to go to other teams and shit. But, I mean, I look at the draft and I enjoy it based off of, but, it's, in the future, obviously, I want to have a draft spectacular on our show too. But, I'm definitely not going to get on here tomorrow talking about the draft. Probably won't do that at all. I'll probably do it to begin the off season, or to begin the videos when I kick up the football season for next year, because we going crazy on the channel. I say we go crazy. Really, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Not crazy. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm just gonna keep doing it. I am trying to continuously get better and shit like that. Just, better takes, better analysis, better everything, and constantly trying to grow. I'm telling you, one day this channel ain't gonna just be me getting on here and talking to y'all, bro. It's gonna actually be a show that you can watch on a daily basis, and there's gonna be a lot of other shit on the channel. We trying to grow into a sports empire. Saints Sport Media is what I want it to be called. Saints Sports Media. SSM. Double SM. That's what I want. So I gotta keep working for it. I saw somebody say today, when I was looking at this video on YouTube, because I live on YouTube as my video source basically. I'm running out of that premium, dog. I got like a week left. But I saw a video, bro, earlier today, where this dude was like, people who usually are happy are the ones who just don't quit trying to achieve their dreams. Like, they might get tired here and there, but they never see themselves not fulfilling that dream. So they are constantly focused, because they know I'm going to accomplish it, or I'm going to get to where I'm getting to. And it's nothing that's going to deter me or convince me that I'm not going to get there. So those people usually tend to be happiest. I fuck with that. Because I was like, yeah, you're right. Because, like, motherfucker could comment to me like, man, that's why you don't get no views. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. Not right now, I don't. But I will. Because that's how dead set I am on making this thing a reality. You know what I'm saying? But with that, we're going to be back tomorrow. Or, tonight. Oh, shit. I just told y'all it wasn't going to be no episode tonight. Damn. Because I'm going to be watching the Pat McAfee Draft Spectacular. And that shit dead ass could run into like 12 at night. We'll see. We'll see. It very well could be a show tomorrow. Because the NBA playoffs still going to be happening tomorrow. It's definitely going to be a show tomorrow now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm going to be watching that draft. But I'm going to be watching the Memphis Grizzlies on a different channel, on a different device. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a show tomorrow. Well, with that, I appreciate y'all for joining me in another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I'm working on a logo too, bro. I want the logo to be somebody smoking a blunt, a silhouette smoking a blunt with their legs kicked out, kicking it. And I want it like Kicking It with Saint going around it, or Saints World. And I want a Saints World logo. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, hope you overdosed on self-confidence today. Tell somebody you love them. Then look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself. Kiss my Dukes on the head. Dap up Big Dog Pops. Tell somebody you love them and you fuck with them, man. Have a dope day, man. Saint out.
Hey, right out. Got my niggas in the bag blowing white out. We gon' pump this shit real deep into the night out. Keep it 199, just ain't my style. Sing the time, staring out the window of the night route. They never ever understood for the most part. Hey, wonder how them niggas treated Mozart. Hey, did they try to put him on the Zoloft? Oh nah, I was penalized for being too alive. 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 I was